the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good Wednesday evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the General Tires Winter Nationals, presented by Tim Sims, powered by iRacing, hosted by the Dirt Slingers Racing League Wednesday Night Warriors Big Block Modified Series, round number 6, midway point of the season. The sunny confines of Volusia. We head for Florida for tonight's event. About 18 drivers have checked in at this point. And normally, Dominic Santino would be on the call with you, but he is moving to a new home, and the internet was not operational at time for this broadcast, so I am going to cover it for him. Thought Zach Krieger was going to be here to hang out and play in the chat, but I think he decided he was going to go and crawl in a car and do some laps, so good luck to him. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat, Jimmy. Let me know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver in here, look for their name in the scoring pylon right there. We will be ready to roll here just shortly. Couple of minutes left for these guys before they get to qualifying. When they get ready to roll off to qualifying, we'll head down trackside and get our pre-race ceremonies out of the way. Got our old buddy Tim Nichols out on the track tonight. Kelly Kirkpatrick, Lubbock, Texas. What kind of racing do you normally go see in Lubbock? I know they do some sprint car stuff down there. I haven't been down to Lubbock in a very, very long time. Going to be down there in June for my daughter's wedding, but I haven't been down there in a coon's age. Just about a minute until we get through this practice session. We'll head down. The Foley boys are ready to give us our invocation and our national anthem tonight. A staple here at the Dirt Racing Network. We love to start the evening with an invocation and the salute to the greatest country on the planet. So we're going to get ready to head down for that. When we come back, they'll be wrapping up qualifying. We'll go over our top 4 or 5 in qualifying. Get ready for tonight's heat races and the 50-lap main event coming up.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All righty, big thank you to the Foley boys. Saw a little bit of social media the other day of Johnny with a lot of pictures of his dad. Then showed a lot of their activities, fishing and singing and a bunch of stuff. And man, that was really good to see. Your points leader right there, Jacob Schmutz. And Schmutz is going to time in 10th quick this evening. Right now, Jacob Fields. James Bond. The 007 machine is 1669, your quickest qualifier. Car's still on the track. Tim Nichols, Justin Sick. Let's go watch the 15 machine of Justin Sick. He will show up as the 05 on our ticker or our pylon tonight, but he is in the 15 car. That bright safety yellow machine. Good-looking machine out there on the speedway right now, but he is trying to time in. 14 cars made it through cleanly. I have 4 cars. It doesn't look like they are going to score time. It'll be down to 3 if Sick can manage to keep it nice and square. Should have about one more lap here, and he should post his time. He's been on the throttle for a couple, 3 laps now. And Justin Sick. Second quickly. He actually gets it down to the same exact time as Fields, but the 1,000ths of a second is what separates first and second. So Fields 6, Steinke, Williams, and Boyd. And it's Jacob Schmutz in the points lead right now. Then Braxton Wilson, Josh Steinke, Mason Hannigan, and Garrett Boyd are the top 5. They're separated by a little bit, about 15, 20 points all the way from the top to the bottom. But it is getting tight as we get past the halfway point tonight. And these guys get 1 drop race. So that is with a drop race if they've got more than 2 races in. Not much time left in the session. They usually let it run out because they are doing the drivers' meeting right now after qualifying. We're going to get ready. I think we're going to have 3 heats tonight. I might be wrong. We might only have 2 heats tonight. The dividing line, I think, is 10 cars, and I think we're going to end up with 2 9-car heats. Everybody's going to the feature, but 50 laps for that A main. And these guys are racing for quite a bit in cash and prizes. General Tires putting up a full set of tires to our champion. A little bit of cash going in, and that has changed a little bit since we started the series as we picked up a couple of new donations. So the numbers are not quite tallied, but I know it's about $150 or $200 for the winner plus the tires, and then it drops down a little bit to second place. So they'll all get a nice specialized trophy for the season. The top 3 will. We have got to be getting right down to this. 25 seconds, as a matter of fact. They'll wrap up the drivers' meeting, divvy the cars up into heat races. Getting ready to toss them out here on the track. Everybody's transferring through. They're just going to race for their starting spot in the feature, and every position counts. 6 points for each position. They get a point for leading a lap. They get 2 points for leading a lap. They got 5 points for being quick qualifier this evening. So let's get over here to the infield and let's look at our starting lineup. It's going to be the 22 car of Sammy McNabb on the pole. And the driver in the 21 machine, OG body, Garrett Boyd. We'll start on his outside. Josh Steinke, the 80 machine. That's a Black Knight Motorsports driver there. He starts third. And then your quick qualifier of the evening, the 007 of Jacob Fields, will start in 4th. 5th place, Jacob Crawford, the 2 car. Inside, he comes from the 1525 Motorsports stable. And then Jordan LaFond in the 44 will start to his outside. Series admin. In the 13 machine, Cody Kelly will start 8th, and he'll start next to Tyler Goodwin, who's another 1525 Motorsports driver. That driver will start the 7 car in the 7th position. And on the back, the 777 of Gary Budzine, the GB Restoration and Repair machine. And I actually ran in the series last week and had a lot of fun racing with Gary through the evening. We were at Lanier, and we kind of stayed back towards the back of the pack and had a good time. There was 3 or 4 of us that raced pretty tight back there. Tim Nichols, the squirrel. Nah, hillbillies can't be squirrels. It just doesn't work out that way. Bushy tails prevent that. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. Heat number 1 about to get underway. It's going to be an 8-lap heat race. We'll have Sammy McNabb and OG body Garrett Boyd up on the front row. We'll see how this one shakes out. Boyd wasn't too sure about a setup for this evening. Oh, and there goes McNabb. He tried to jump a little bit. Yeah, he slowed it down, so I don't think he's going to end up having to go to the back. Luckily for him. But down the backstretch, Boyd grabs the lead. McNabb trying to work on the inside. He's 3 wide. Fields on the top side. LaFawn right in the middle. It says 44 on the ticker, but I think that's the 11 car on the track. And now LaFawn takes second away from McNabb. McNabb into third. Oh, little contact here, little contact there. Jacob Fields. And Cody Kelly ends up in this. And Fields got going first. And then Cody Kelly comes around. That's already happening out in front of him. I just think he didn't have anywhere to go when Fields comes back across the track. Fields and Steinke ended up getting together there. Yeah, that's a hard lick into the outside wall. So we'll take it back towards the front. Jacob Fields got it out of shape. He started the whole melee, so he will drop to the tail end of the field, and that'll change things up front just a little bit. As they get doubled up, Boyd and LaFawn 1-2. Then McNabb and Steinke, Crawford and Goodwin, Budzine and Kelly, and Jacob Fields will rejoin at the back. Still about 5 laps to go. Pace truck is in. Great start from Garrett Boyd. Hopped on the throttle. You saw the car lift up and just launched to get away. Now LaFawn working the outside against McNabb. Steinke slid into fourth cleanly. Jacob Crawford, Tyler Goodwin behind that, and Goodwin's got company. The damaged car of Cody Kelly looks like it's just missing a little bit of sheet metal off the front. That nose piece is all that looks like it's gone. I don't know if he's got any kind of suspension problems on that right front. A lot of times it'll knock the toe out, and it makes it not much fun to drive around this dirt track. But coming to 3 to go, Boyd hanging tough on the nose of the field. LaFawn trying to find a better line with just a little bit more grip, and he just found some and got the right front up into the left rear corner of that 21 car. Good job by McNabb missing him and letting him grab that up and save it, but it's going to open the door for Steinke. Steinke tried to go to the inside in 3 and 4, and it didn't work out. McNabb able to take the spot back. We're going to watch this battle that's shaping up for second. LaFawn got company on the inside. Everybody chasing Boyd. He's at the white flag already. Last lap, heat number 1. It looks like we are going to finish with a Garrett Boyd win in the first heat of the evening. That'll set him up nicely for the feature. Jordan LaFawn won't be too bad. He'll be on the inside of that second row. Then McNabb, Steinke, Goodwin, Fields, Crawford, Kelly, and Gary Budzine are rounding out the Heat 1 finishing order. So we'll take a look at the starting grid for our final heat race of the evening. On the pole, going to be the 01 machine of Cody Meadows, Premier Racing Setups entry, and another 1525 Motorsports driver in the 25, Robert Warren. We'll start on his outside. Whiskers, Ernie Williams, the 91 car. That is a Black Number Motorsports entry. Starts inside row number 2 with Justin Sick in the 05. That driver starts in the 4th spot. Colby Cooper, BGI Motorsports driver, right there in the 9 car. He starts inside row number 3 with your points leader, Jacob Schmutz, the 1J, on the outside of that row. Row 4. Boy, a couple of hillbillies at the back of this thing. Tim Nichols, the 31 car, will start inside. Derek Dysinger will start on the outside. That's the yellow machine you see there. And then Braxton Wilson will start shotgun Charlie on this one. Well, he said watch the squirrel. I say watch the hillbilly dance. We'll try to keep our eyes that white machine down there with the red interior in it, the 331 on the side of it. That's old Tim Nichols. Tim's Sims, long time sponsor of their Racing Network and Dirt Slingers Racing League. We're going to have the 1C on the pole. He'll get things started when we come out of turn 4 right here. Rob Warren, tough driver. See him on Sunday nights. And always tough.
Green, green, green.
A green flag in the air. Heat number 2 underway. Down into 1 and 2 they come. And Meadows got a great start there. 3 wide behind. Whiskers was on the bottom. Sick was in the middle. Warren was on the top. And they are sorting that out. Sick goes to second. Ernie Williams up to the 3rd spot. Now side by side for 5th. That's Cooper and Schmutz side by side. Schmutz, the points leader, getting no quarter from these guys in the heat race. He needs to start at the front so he can have a good run, maybe extend his points lead. And right now, he takes that 5th spot away from Kobe Cooper. And Cooper's got company. Derek Dysinger, the 031 car, working his way up to 6th. And Braxton Wilson got around Tim Nichols. He sits in 8th. Nichols is going to be in the 9th spot. Justin Sick has now gotten around Cody Meadows. So 15 car to the front. Meadows back to 2nd. And Williams is right there. Ernie Williams, known mostly for his sprint car prowess, has started to show a little bit of speed and a little consistency here in the big blocks on Wednesday nights. He is up here. He's going to give himself a good starting spot. Be outside the 3rd row if he can hang on there. 3 to go this time by. But Rob Warren not content to just sit there and guarantee it. He's trying to figure out how he can find a little more speed, and he didn't do it there out of 2. He lost some ground. Meadows now working the high side out of turn 4. Does he have enough to get Sick? He did at the line that time. And we'll see if he can do it off the top side of 2 down the backstretch. We're about a lap and a half from being done with the second heat race. The night going by very quickly. Here comes Meadows. He's got it at the line again. So out of 4, he's got all the momentum. He's just got to find something out of turn number 2 here. And Cody Meadows, the 1C. Into 3 and 4. He's had all the momentum out of 4. Can he pick up the win? Yes, he does. Heat 2 goes to Cody Meadows. Justin Sick, then Ernie Williams. Schmutz got to 4th around Cooper. Cooper was 5th. Rob Warren 6th. Wilson 7th. Nichols 8th. And Dysinger rounding it out in 9th. So, few minutes for these guys to work in the track. We will take a lofty scenic view of things. Figure out where it there we go. Yeah, we can get up there. And let's find out. Josh Steinke, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, buddy. You've been out on the track. You know what it looks like. Driver's going to go out and work it in just a little more when you get some of that moisture up out of the middle of this thing. What do you think is going to happen 50 laps in the feature tonight?
I have no clue. I just hope it seems like it's like kind of a one-lane track right now, and you got to kind of wait on a mistake to get by anyone or get a decent run, and just hope that track widens out and turns multi-lane, and whoever's smoother at the end of the race takes it home. But it should be a fun one, and hopefully the track works out the way I want it to.
Well, yeah, you had a pretty good run there. It looked like you were, finding a couple of things in the heat race. So hopefully you'll have some good luck. Things will stay clean, and we can get this track widened out down here during this warm-up session, and maybe make it 2 lanes. Tell Race Control they can run it as long as they need to for me. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Josh.
Yep, no problem.
Good luck, buddy. Jacob Schmutz, are you there?
Yes.
All right, man, you come into tonight with the points lead. Not quite the way I'm sure you wanted your heat race to go, but you're going to start somewhere around row number 4. Can the 1J go get the victory this evening here at Volusia?
We're going to give her all she's got.
Well, the points lead coming in, and you're right at the midway point. There'll be 6 down tonight and 6 to go. Are we going to be able to, put some special hardware and give you a crown at the end of this thing?
That's the plan. I hope so.
All right, man, what do you think the track's going to be like after this little warm-up session to try to widen it out a little bit? What are you looking for?
I think the track's going to be up around the top maybe for the first half, and then probably migrate back down to the bottom for a little bit, I suppose.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there. Keep all the tires on the ground and keep the dents out of the sideboards, will you?
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Jacob Schmutz, our points leader, coming into this evening. Let's see if Justin Sick is around while we got a minute.
User was moved to your channel.
Well, we may not have that minute. They may have went ahead and advanced the session. The guys must be ready to go, so we do not have time for any more interviews, which you can take that however you want to, I suppose. I take it as it is race time, folks. So let's look at the starting lineup for tonight's 50-lap A-Main of the General Tires Winter Nationals presented by Tim Sims, powered by iRacing. Round number 6 from Volusia. Garrett Boyd, OG Body, going to start on the pole after he wins heat race number 1. And a winner of heat race number 2, Cody Meadows, will start to his outside. Row 2, Jordan LaFon and Justin Sick. And we'll move to row 3. We'll see Sammy McNabb on the inside. Ernie Williams, Whiskers, on the outside. Josh Steinke, looking for the track to change quite a bit and hopefully open up to 2 lanes. He starts inside row number 4 with Jacob Schmutz, your points leader, and we just talked to him, kind of looking for the same stuff on his outside. The 5th row, going to be Tyler Goodwin on the inside and Colby Cooper on the outside. The 6th row, that was Jacob Fields inside, Rob Warren on the outside. And then Jacob Crawford and Braxton Wilson side by side in row number 7. Row 8, Cody Kelly and Tim Nichols, the old hillbilly himself back there. And it's going to be Gary Budzine and Derek Dysinger starting in the final row. So 18 of them for 50 laps. Big, wide, fast track. Things kind of tend to get a little dicey when you get into 3 and 4, especially when it starts to slick off. Guys got to go run way up the top, and sometimes they can jump the cushion, so we may see a couple of cars put the right sides up against the fence. But hopefully it's 50 straight green laps, and we get to see some amazing racing tonight. Guys, do not forget to say hi in the chat. A baby machine. That's what you are, Tiny Dancer. Green this time out of turn number 4. G-Body and Cody Meadows going to get us started. The 1.8 electric machine right at the front tonight. And usually when he gets to the front, he's pretty good about hanging on to it. Little contact there right at the drop of the green flag. Boyd gets away with LaFon in tow. Meadows is going to fall back to 4th as McNabb goes around, but he'll fight back on the top side, take 3rd back as they head into turn number 3. Justin Sick right on the outside, right below the loose marbles right there. And he's trying to work the high side on McNabb. McNabb coming up, he shuts the door, so Sick goes to the bottom. Braxton Wilson, it looks like. 14X car up on the top. Let's see what happens to Braxton here. Oh, contact between Crawford and Warren, and that pushes Braxton up the hill. So a little not of his own doing at that point. A little door-to-door contact. 3 wide, and sometimes those things are going to happen. Well, you keep working while you're watching, buddy. We don't want you to fall behind. You got some sail panels you got to get made for us. So it looks like Boyd, LaFawn, Meadows, McNabb, and Sick were the top 5 at the drop of the yellow. And then Schmutz, Steinke, Williams, Fields, and Goodwin are rounding out of that top 10. 14 car already in the infield, heavily damaged. He got up and over the short wall and in between on the grass between the cyclone fence and the racing surface. So he may not be able to return. We may be down 1 already. Yeah, we need to get the design done on those, Scott, so that we can, kind of get ready. Only thing we'd have to add is a driver name, and that would be kind of fun. All right, they're going to double them up for the restart. 47 laps still to go. All right, Boyd and LaFawn this time. Off the front row here at the restart. Boyd on the throttle car, hops up on the right rear tire. He's away. Cody Meadows started on the inside of that row. He's going to try to take advantage of this, but he's 3 wide. Coming out of turn number 2, he was in the middle. LaFawn was on the top. Sick was on the bottom, and Sick fell back a little bit. Slide job from Meadows. Now LaFawn cuts to the middle of 3 wide. Slicing and dicing at the front. We're not even 5 laps into this thing, and these guys are racing like it's the last 3. But they kept it clean. Everybody survives. LaFawn to second. Meadows into third. Sick is fourth, and Schmutz, your 5th place driver right now. Oh, we saw that was a lot of action right there as the left front tire got up on the wall there for Josh Steinke. It checked a lot of drivers up on that inside line, and we got some guys passing on the top side. Goodwin got spots, Crawford got spots, and I think Cody Kelly got some spots out of that deal too. They're 4 wide behind right as we get our caution. Well, we're too far back for that. That was not what happened. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know why it did that, but that was wild. I don't know what it did right there. I think we got somebody that was just sideways enough that they set off the caution because I don't see any more cars. Jordan LaFawn maybe had a problem because he's rolling away slow, and he was second or third up there, but I do not see any kind of a... Well, let's go see if... No, let's go see. We may have just a second here. They didn't quite get a full lap. Maybe got back to turn 1. Out of 4, looks pretty clean. He chopped it right through the middle right there. Perfect. Down into 1 and 2. He goes up the hill. He looks pretty good right there. This don't look like this was him, so let's get off of that. Let's get back to live action. We'll go back to the front as they're forming up 2 by 2. He must have just looped the car a little or something because he is all the way at the back, 17th right now, and usually that means that he was handed an EOL by race control because he brought out the caution for some reason. And I see in chat that there's a response that says figures, so we'll have to try to find out what happened there later on tonight and see if we can get that reported to you. But the green flag is back in the air. Oh, down the back stretch. Into 3 and 4. Boyd still out in front, but Justin Sick now has brought the 15 car up to second. Meadows is still third. And then Cooper and McNabb are going side by side for 4th back here. Cooper trying to assert himself in the 9 car. Go battle for a podium spot. Been a long time since I've gotten to speak to the driver of the 9 car up here in the booth post-race. But Justin Sick now going after G-Body. Got the inside down the backstretch. And out of turn 4, new leader. Justin Sick, Cody Meadows up the inside, trying to take second away. And Boyd falls back another spot to be in the clutches of his own teammate back there, Cooper. And we'll see if Coop can get around G-Body and pick up a spot here. Meadows got around him now on the high side. McNabb's trying to work on Cooper again. Here comes Cody Kelly into this thing. He's side by side with Steinke and Crawford. That is 6th, 7th, and 8th right there. And they got a passel behind them. Side by side looks like Fields and Williams going at it. Your points leader, Jacob Schmutz, back there right outside the top 10 in 11th. He was 5th at one point. Well, let's go back towards the front because the lead coming under fire right here. Meadows has the high side. Sick is keeping it down on the bottom. And Cody Meadows working the momentum line. He's got it within 2 car lengths. Boyd still hanging on to 3rd. Cooper still in 4th. And there's a big gap starting to show between 4th and 5th as McNabb now has cars side by side. That's Cody Kelly on the inside. Jacob Crawford on the top side. Kelly ran it in deep, had to check it up to keep him running in the back of McNabb, and Fields checked it up to stay out of him. Meanwhile, Crawford just kind of riding behind McNabb. Now goes 3 wide up the middle out of 2. Kelly keeping it locked in on the bottom, and man, he's finding good launch out of the corners. He didn't have to check up so hard in the middle because a car right on his right-hand door. I think he could get around McNabb. He's finding great momentum. Almost 3 wide again with McNabb, Crawford, and Kelly. At the front, Meadows is working his way around the leader. Cody Meadows now has the lead. Boyd is still 3rd. Cooper is still 4th. McNabb still 5th, but that side-by-side battle between Crawford and Kelly not quite over yet. And Fields is right in there, probably just waiting to see which one of them is going to make a mistake and open it up for him so he can choose a lane and try to squirt past these guys. Oh, there's contact. That opens things up, may give Kelly the spot. And then Fields will be in the side-by-side battle with Crawford. Those 2 drivers, very accomplished, very capable, and they will make a heck of a race out of this thing. I guarantee it. So move Cody Kelly into the 6th spot. We'll go back to the front as Justin Sick is back on the attack. 20 laps going to be complete this time. 30 to go, not quite to halfway. You can see the track starting to widen out. Right in the middle, getting a little bit slick. Driver's going to have to decide, do I want to try the top or do I want to go to the bottom? Take a chance on either giving up or gaining spots, and it's a gamble every single time you choose. That battle's still going on back there. Behind Cody Kelly. Crawford and Fields are still side by side. Now the teammates. Williams on the bottom, Steinke on the top. They're side by side. Almost 3 wide. That time Cody Kelly got around McNabb. McNabb on the cut across. Went back underneath, and he'll go slider line in 1 and 2. Kelly will cut right underneath that. And he'll use the momentum getting into 3, but Fields saw an opening, tried to put the 07 in there. 2 wide, 3 deep right there coming out of turn number 4. This is from 5th on back. They are single file at the front. Sick has now gotten back around on the inside. He's going to try to reclaim the lead as they're going to start to get to lap traffic. I think that is Jordan LaFawn there that is going to be in the crosshairs for being a lap car in just a moment. But Sick back to the point. Meadows, Boyd, and Cooper still the top 4. That battle behind McNabb in 5th. Starting to get good again. Here comes Jacob Fields on the inside of Cody Kelly. And Crawford is still in the middle of the side-by-side battle between Black Diamond teammates Steinke and Williams. Best action on the track is right here, folks. That's why I'm staying on it. Not getting sorted out yet, but we're going to go closer to the front as your front three have started to come back together. We'll be one lap shy of halfway this time. 24 down, 26 to go. We'll be at the 25-25 mark the next time around. And your top three within a couple of car lengths of one another. Great drive for your top three right now. They're getting into lap traffic. Colby Cooper starting to fade just a little bit, but here comes Jacob Fields. Cody Kelly, they've sorted their differences out. Ernie Williams got around Crawford, Steinke, and McNabb. He's up to 7th. Steinke now 3 wide on the bottom. Crawford was in the middle. McNabb went to the top for just a second. That was 8th, 9th, and 10th. Schmutz struggling back here in 11th. He's got company Rob Warren, the 25 car. 11th and 12th starting to battle. Now Justin Sick working the lap car. Down on the bottom, lap car stays to the top. Meadows comes out, little bump with the lap car. Nothing intentional, just trying to run his line. A little bump again. Now it's starting to get a little physical. You can only bump a guy once or twice before he's going to start to take offense to that, I guarantee it. Boyd uses the opportunity to get second. So now G-Body back on the attack. Trying to run down Justin Sick. Sick, half a second over Boyd. Another 10th back, and Meadows pulls to the inside, says, 10th my foot. I am going to come right after him. That was an anomaly, and we are not going to allow that to happen here. Let me get to the inside. Maybe slider. I don't think he's going to get there. Boyd should have enough momentum to get right alongside. He does. Lap car between your top three and Colby Cooper in 4th. Good battle for 2nd and 3rd right here. Whittling it down, 16 to go this time by. Go back to 5th place. Jacob Fields, he's reeled in Colby Cooper. Cody Kelly is still hanging on to 6th, but here comes Williams on the bottom. Crawford's behind that. Steinke in 9th. And then it's a little ways back as Jacob Schmutz has gotten around Goodwin and Warren. So much going on. They're out of 4, 14 laps to go this time. Still a half second. Gary Budzine the next on the hit parade for the lap cars, and he is right in front of our leaders. Boyd and Meadows still not done with their battle for 2nd and 3rd. And while they're battling, Colby Cooper's getting into a battle. He's trying to get around a lap car, but he's got Jacob Fields. Fields, the 007. He's trying to break into the top 4. Now cuts from the top to the bottom, and it may be 3 wide on the front stretch. It is, as Fields gains the advantage, goes into 1 and 2, keeps it locked on the bottom. Cooper right through the middle, and the lap car of LaFon doing what he's supposed to do, holding his line, letting him race, and making him work to get around him. That is awesome racing by a lap car right there, and those drivers can't ask for more than that. As this time Fields gets around, he's up to 4th. Cooper's back to 5th. Back to the front into heavy lap traffic now. Dysinger, then Nichols, the next two in front of in front of Sick, as we're inside 10 to go. And Garrett Boyd got around Cody Meadows, now has a big gap. So G-Body up to 2nd. Meadows sitting there in 3rd. As Boyd works around Budzine. And these lap cars are doing an awesome job. Those guys in front of Justin Sick, they're racing each other for position, and they're doing it where there is no doubt that the leader can pick a line and drive through, and he threads the needle down the backstretch. Gets around Nichols. Now around Dysinger, and Boyd will go into 1 and 2. He's trying to work his way, and he has a little bit of contact as Dysinger got a little wide, and Meadows jumps on the opportunity and takes the spot back. Boyd not content to give it up, tried to go for the slider and didn't have the momentum. But I think this battle's really getting ready to start heating up here. These two better sort it out because Jacob Fields has worked his way into the picture. Now Boyd. Good run out of 2, and he clears by 3 car lengths. Sick. Clean track in front of him, 6 laps to go. Do not think he'll catch another lap car. Fields now has cleared Budzine, has cleared Nichols, and has cleared Dysinger. So your top 4 have everybody at the back of the field a lap down now, all the way up to 12th position. Here comes Fields. He's working on Meadows now. Good drive for Fields. 7 positions improved. Right now sitting as hard charger. And he could end up with a podium as well. 4 laps to go. Meadows now knows that the bottom is the good way to get around. He goes right down there and locks it in on Fields. Fields is going to put the nose on the inside going into 3 and 4. Moves him up the hill, opens the door. Boyd right in front of this. 3 to go that time. Fields running out of laps, but he's on the podium right now. Here comes 6. Sees the 2 to go. Caution! And that, folks, is going to change everything. Gary Budzine right side by side with Kobe Cooper. He went off into 1 and 2. Something wrong with the car, I think. And right on the racing surface, and he is going to have to pull. It looks like maybe he broke. Might have run it out of fuel. Cut it close, and with 2 to go, he ran it out of gas. And that is going to tighten up this field for a single file restart. And that right there is going to make things extremely exciting. Got it. So Sick, Boyd, Fields, Meadows, Cooper, Williams, Crawford, Kelly, Steinke, and Schmutz are the top 10. Robert Warren and Tyler Goodwin rounding out the field on the lead lap. Then Nichols is back there. LaFawn is still back there. And Dysinger a lap down. Budzine, McNabb, and Wilson all off track. So 15 cars still remaining. Going to get a green-white checker finish to this thing, and it has been a barn burner already. And now with Fields up here, tucked in right behind Boyd, and Boyd going to be tucked right in behind Sick. We might see some serious action to wrap this one up. It's been entertaining this far, and the last couple laps could prove to be the most exciting part of the race. Don't head out right after the checkered flag. We're going to talk to the top 3, or we're going to try to anyway. Pace truck.
Green, green, green.
Had it in. A little bit of anticipation, and Boyd might have hurt himself by getting into the back of Sick right there, but he's going to go down, lock the 21 car down on the inside, head down the back stretch and into 3 and 4. They're both running back in on Sick right there. And Boyd up off the bottom of 4, white flag in the air. Justin Sick sees it first. We're watching the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right here, and now Fields has the nose on the inside. Boyd has to give up the inside of the track. Sick is going to win it. Who's going to finish 2nd? I think it might have been Boyd by 2 1/1000ths. So Sick, Boyd, and Fields in that order. Please remind the drivers to come around the front stretch and stay in the car. We'll get the guys around on the front stretch, get them parked. We're going to get down here and talk to the top 3. Jacob Fields. Where is Jacob Fields? I'm looking for Jacob Fields. I know I've got Boyd, and I'm sure I've got Sick. Well, I may not have him. And he may have given up on us, which it's their prerogative whether they do interviews or not, I guess. Let's go, and we will talk to Garrett Boyd. You know, folks, I say it every week, and I changed his nickname to G-Body, but you can see right there, you can clearly see that I am not crazy, that guy has a face for radio, even though we call him G-Body now. I'm just saying it. Garrett Boyd, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, a hell of a run for the 21 car tonight. You ran right up to the front there, had the lead for a little while, and didn't give up on any of that, and you had a hell of a battle with Meadows all night long, man. How was your feature tonight?
It was pretty good. I felt like I missed the setup a little. Track was a little bumpy, so probably could have determined that was going to happen, but just kind of missed on the shocks and stuff.
Well, a long warm-up session between heats and the feature, and how much did it change the track, and did it improve it enough? Because we got to see a pretty darn good race tonight.
I feel like the warm-up helped a lot. It probably would have been one lane around the top if we didn't run the warm-up.
All right, man, I'm sure you got a few shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here and celebrate an awesome run tonight.
Yeah, I got to give a big shout-out to 18 Electric, Grand Garage, girlfriend, mom. That's about it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
Garrett Boyd finishes second. And we're going to give Justin Sick a little grief for not waiting in his car for interview so we could show his pretty yellow car on the screen while we talk to him. But Justin Sick, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Man, great run tonight. You battled hard to get that. Had to go get the lead a couple of times. Tell us about the feature there and that big long green run in the middle.
Yeah, man, it's I'm super excited, man. For one, like I'm pretty sure that this is my first ever DSRL win, even from when I ran sprints, way back with you guys. But no, the race is crazy. Like I knew, from qualifying that I was gonna have a good car. It felt amazing to me, and the heat, I was trying to get the win in the heat with Cody there, and that was a good battle. But now the feature, I just had to keep my composure and not get too excited or too far behind where I was gonna have to overdrive and make mistakes. But the green flag run definitely helped. That yellow come out there at the end, and I was really bummed. I was like, oh man, well, here goes my luck, and but no, luckily I was able to keep the car on go and come back with the win.
Well, a great run, and as you said, your first win here at DSRL, and that has been a long time coming. It comes in the big block modifieds. The competition level is really high here anyway. How much does it mean to win a race in this league? Doesn't matter what series it is.
Oh man, I'm super pumped, dude. Like there's, we got, pro licensed drivers in here. All these guys in here are really good drivers, and just to be able to finish in the top 3 or even the top 5 with these guys is a good day in my book.
Well, an awesome run, man. I know you got plenty of shout outs and thank yous for your first win tonight. Let's have them before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Everybody over at Full Throttle Motorsports, everybody who hangs out with us, without those guys, I wouldn't even want to do this stuff anymore. But Swan Speed Shop, we got Dirt Car Esports on the car with me this time. VMR Wraps, High Side Racewear, thanks to you guys, for putting on the show and giving us something to go back and watch.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you back next week.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, Roger.
You're a winner tonight, Justin Sick. And let's take a look at our official results. Justin Zick wins it. Garrett Boyd was second. Jacob Fields. Great battle. And Fields comes a long ways. He picks up 8 spots. He is hard charger for the evening and gets a podium spot out of that deal. Cody Meadows was 4th. Colby Cooper 5th. Ernie Williams up to 6th. Good run for Whiskers there. Jacob Crawford 7th. Cody Kelly 8th. Josh Steinke was 9th. Jacob Schmutz, your points leader, in 10th. We'll see what that does to the points coming into next week. Robert Warren 11th. Tyler Goodwin 12th. 13th went to Jordan LaFawn. Tim Nichols in 14th. And I know he celebrated finishing the race tonight. Even though he was a lap down, he was excited to still be running when the checkered flag fell. Derek Dysinger was 15th. Gary Budzine 16th. Sam McNabb 17th. And Braxton Wilson rounded out the field. Awesome run tonight. General Tires Winter Nationals. This is the second year for this. And last year we saw some good racing. We did it all at one track. This year we are changing up the tracks, just making a tour out of it. And the racing has just gotten better and better and better. So huge thank you to General Tires for coming on board and helping sponsor this thing. A big shout out to Tim Nichols at Tim Sims for helping putting all the packages together. Super Clean for the Quick Time Award. I know Justin Sick will be excited about that. Not only did he win the race, but he was quick time, and he will get a Super Clean prize pack. Everybody that spends time doing this, the guys at DSRL for offering up for their series, which is a fantastic series, and Cody Kelly does a terrific job of running that show over there. In keeping those guys, going forward, getting better, faster, and putting on these great shows like this. So big shout out to them. And, we at the Dirt Racing Network have enjoyed covering this thing. We miss our buddy Jerry Kieser up in the booth with us because he's really fun to work with, and he really enjoys working on Tim's stuff when he's got it going. But I'm getting poked all over the place. I don't know why. Can people just want to talk? I don't get it. But it is a blast to do it. We got 6 more races before we crown a champion, guys. So make sure that you mark Wednesday nights down. Dominic Santino will be back on the call next week once he gets his internet stuff at his new house figured out. Nothing is scheduled for the rest of the week. That could change. Thursday, Friday, Saturday could change. But Sunday, 2 shows. Midwest Dirt Racing, Street Stock Series, and Hales Corners, which has been here for a very long time and is an awesome series to come and watch. So tune in for those on Sunday night. We're going to have a new one starting in a couple, 3 weeks here on the network. So we'll have 3 shows at the same time on Sunday nights, and that'll be pretty exciting for us and hopefully for you, the fans. We know you guys can watch this stuff anywhere, and we appreciate that you come to the Dirt Racing Network and do it. If you're over on YouTube and Twitch, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. And if you're on any of the Facebook pages, come by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, and follow for us. Come join us again. Always say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from and pull for your favorite driver. But for Zach Krieger, Dominic Santina, and myself right here at the Dirt Racing Network, till we see you the next time, everybody keep